Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas by Albert Einstein. Jai Hind to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to our chief guest, Ms. Shalini Chauhan, our director sir, Mr. Siddharth Rajgaria, our principal madam, Dr. Pushpi Dutt, all the parents, teachers, and my dear friends. I, Sakshi Nikam,
And I, Tanishka Shinde, welcome you for the celebration of National Mathematics Day. We are sure you will learn heaps of things about maths.
December 22nd, the birth anniversary of India's famed and greatest mathematician, Srinivasa Ramanujan, is celebrated as National Mathematics Day.
This was announced by the then President Mr. Manmohan Singh on 26 February 2012 at Madras University during the inaugural ceremony of the celebration to mark the 125th birth anniversary of the Indian mathematical genius Srinivasa Ramanujan.
An equation means nothing to me unless it expresses a thought of God by Srinivasa Ramanujan. So, let us start our program by taking the blessings from the Almighty.
ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तस्य वितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तस्य वितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
It would be my honor to invite our Principal Ma'am, Dr. Pushpi Dutt, to address and guide us with her motivating words.
Jai Hind and a very good afternoon to all. Different people have a different perception of maths. For some, it's boring, and for some, it's challenging. But it's nothing more than systematic effort of solving puzzles. Manmohan Singh declared this day as National Mathematics Day on February 26, 2012, when he was visiting the Madras University in order to pay tribute to Ramanujan's achievements and celebrated his 125th birth anniversary. Since then, December 22nd is celebrated as India's National Mathematics Day. Without mathematics, there is nothing we can do. Everything around us is mathematics. Everything around us is numbers. Rightly said by mathematician Shakuntala Devi. Applied maths is required in our daily and day-to-day functioning, and hence the significance and importance of acquiring knowledge of math. People say that it is important to know languages, but I would stress that knowing numbers is of utmost importance, and so the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. The more we practice, the more we are able to understand, comprehend, and love maths. As educators, we must remember that in mathematics, the art of proposing question must be held of higher value than solving it. We must focus on the process and not the end result or the outcome. Students must be encouraged to attempt and be appreciated for the attempt. It's fine to work on any problem so long as it generates interesting mathematics along the way, even if you don't solve it at the end of the day. Mathematics has unique beauty and it is the purest form of truth. If studied in the proper manner, it can be quite beneficial to everyone. Not only does it increase one's analytical skills, but it also has immense applications in almost all the activities we do in our daily life. For instance, a branch of mathematics called cryptography is widely used in handling all online communications, transferring money online or withdrawing money from ATM involves sophisticated mathematics. By devoting a day to mathematics, we can go a long way in bridging this gap of understanding and applying mathematics. The rich tradition of mathematics in India can be seen across the ages, be it Aryabhatta or Brahmagupta, Madhava or Ramanujan. India has always been a superpower in mathematics, but the present scenario is not as promising as the day of yesteryears. To become a developed nation, India needs mathematics of the highest caliber who can break the shackles of the many problems that cripple society today. An applied mathematician is needed not only in industry, but also in economic planning of a country. Let us all celebrate Mathematics Day and pay homage to Srinivasa Ramanujan on this National Mathematics Day. So wishing all the young learners a zeal, zest, and interest in mathematics. But that is possible only when our educators bring a change to their mindset and encourage, motivate, and teach mathematics with a love for the subject that mathematics can go a long way. So thank you all and wish you all a very happy Mathematics Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable guidance.
Now, I request Lakshmi to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Shalini Chauhan.
I would like to introduce to our chief guest of the day, Ms. Shalini Chauhan. Ma'am is a mathematics educator and exam head at Indirapuram Public School, Cambridge Assessment International Education. Ma'am has been a part of teacher training program conducted by British Council in collaboration with Macmillan Education in May 2019. Ma'am is also working with NGO TIES, the Indirapuram Evening School, and NGO Nirbhed Foundation. Ma'am is also the recipient of Global Teacher Award 2020. She is an ambassador for online tools like Wakelet, Padlet, Flipgrid, quizzes, etc.
We welcome you, ma'am. We are glad to have you here. As all of us now know what Maths Day is and why do we celebrate it, let's learn about the contributions of Ramanujan to the world of mathematics. For the same, I call upon Urvi Thakre of grade 11.
Good afternoon. I am Urvi Thakre of class 11B and I am here to enlighten you all about the Indian mathematical genius Srinivasa Ramanujan. Quite a lot of you may have heard of Ramanujan, but did you know about the kind of life that he led? Let me tell you about it. Srinivasa Ramanujan was born on the 22nd of December 1887 in Irodu of Tamil Nadu to a humble family. His father was a clerk in a shop and his mother was a housewife who sang at a local temple. When Ramanujan was only 11 years old, he was given a book on trigonometry, which he mastered in just 2 years. At the age of 15, He obtained a copy of George Shoebridge Carr's Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure and Applied Mathematics, the second volume. This collection of thousands of theorems, many presented with only the briefest of proofs and with no material newer than 1860, aroused his genius. Having verified the result in Carr's book, Ramanujan went beyond it, developing his own theorems and own ideas. In 1903, he secured a scholarship to the University of Madras, but unfortunately lost it in the following year because he neglected all other studies in pursuit of maths. Ramanujan continued his work without employment and living in the poorest circumstances. After marrying in 1909, he began to search for a permanent employment that culminated in an interview with a government official, Ramchandra Rao. Impressed by Ramanujan's mathematical genius, Rao supported his research for a time. But Ramanujan, unwilling to exist on charity, obtained a clerical post with the Madras Port Trust. In 1911, he finally published the first of his papers in the Journal of the Indian Mathematical Society, which slowly led to him gaining recognition. Ramanujan's knowledge of maths was startling. Although he was completely unaware of modern developments in mathematics, his mastery of continued fractions was unequaled by any living mathematician. He worked out the Riemann series, the elliptic integrals, hypergeometric series, the functional equations of the zeta function, and his very own theory of the divergence series. Though brilliant, many of his theorems on the theory of prime numbers were incorrect. Back in the 1900s, mathematics was not an option to make a living in India. So, he showed his work to many foreign mathematicians, but all of them said that Ramanujan was unconventional and lacked the formal knowledge. But when he dispatched a letter with a long list of his discoveries to G.H. Hardy in England, Hardy could not believe his eyes, and Ramanujan found himself a mentor. The two formed a legendary partnership, unique to this day, writing an astounding 100 joint papers. They were instrumental in turning England into a superpower in mathematics, especially in the number theory and analysis. In England, Ramanujan made further advances, especially in the partition of numbers. His papers were published in English and the European journals, and in 1918, he was elected to the Royal Society of London. In 1917, Ramanujan had contracted tuberculosis, but his condition improved sufficiently for him to return to India in 1919. Unfortunately, he died the following year. Uh, he left behind 3 notebooks and a sheaf of papers, also called the Lost Notebook, containing many unpublished results that mathematicians continued to verify long after his death. The formulas from the notebook turned out to be groundbreaking. Now these formulae are being used to study the behavior of black holes. I hope you found that interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Urvi.
We might not realize, but actually, mathematics is really important in our daily lives. Mathematics is methodical application of matter. It makes our lives orderly and prevents chaos. Let us hear a message from our respected director, sir.
Hello, my dear mathematicians. Wish all of you a very happy National Mathematics Day. Today, I'm going to talk to you about why do many of us dislike learning mathematics. So, the reason why a lot of us dislike learning mathematics is because the true essence of the subject, the true essence of mathematics does not come to our classrooms, had not come to our classrooms a year back. Mathematics in its true nature builds upon each other's thinking. So one person says something, the other builds upon it, and there's something new that they derive together. Whereas in our classrooms, the way mathematics In many classrooms across India and across the world, the way mathematics is still being taught today is by solving questions, just by solving questions, doing individual work. So over the past year, we've done a lot of research, we've done a lot of work, and we've really transformed how our students learn mathematics. All the dip sites out present today will share that there've been a lot of group work while they've been taught mathematics in the classroom. They've been made to think and reason with each other. Most work that is done by mathematicians are generally done in pairs of two or groups of three. The reason is that the actual nature of the subject is upon discussion. It's not individual work. So, my dear mathematicians, going forward, when you look at mathematics, let it not be monotonous. Let it not be solving 100 questions of the same kind. Whereas, what you need to do is make sure that when you solve a question or when you solve a problem, you are thinking deep, you are thinking strong, you're building a lot of connections in your brain, right? It's not important whether you finish the question or solve the problem in 1 minute or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. What matters is you've thought through, you've understood, you've built those connections in your brain. That is what really. So, speed and the quickness of solving questions or problems does not matter. We've done a lot of research, we've done a lot of work, and we've really transformed how our students learn mathematics. All the dip sites out present today will share that there've been a lot of group work while they've been taught mathematics in the classroom. They've been made to think and reason with each other. Most work that is done by mathematicians are generally done in pairs of two or groups of three. The reason is that the actual nature of the subject is upon discussion. It's not individual work. So, my dear mathematicians, going forward, when you look at mathematics, let it not be monotonous. Let it not be solving 100 questions of the same kind. Whereas, what you need to do is make sure that when you solve a question or when you solve a problem, you are thinking deep, you are thinking strong, you're building a lot of connections in your brain, right? It's not important whether you finish the question or solve the problem in 1 minute or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. What matters is you've thought through, you've understood, you've built those connections in your brain. That is what really. So, speed and the quickness of solving questions or problems does not matter. The depth of understanding is what we are looking at in mathematics. And my dear parents, we've got to reimagine what is mathematics. The way you and I were taught while we were in school, that did not bring out the true essence of the subject. Mathematics truly is a subject that requires discussion, that requires convincing, that requires reasoning with the other person. And once we are able to bring that to our classrooms, that's when you start loving the subject, you start understanding the true nature of the subject. So, my dear dipsites, are all of you ready to be the mathematicians of the future? I'm sure all of us, the teachers, uh, principal ma'am, everybody is ready to empower you with these 21st century skills to learn and enjoy mathematics. Wishing all of you a very happy National Mathematics Day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.
The game of 24 is a mathematical exercise for the mind. The 24 game is an arithmetical card game in which the objective is to find the way to manipulate four integers using basic mathematical operations so that the end result is 24.
The students of classes 6th and 7th took part in this game. There were three rounds. The first rounds in both class 6th and 7th was an intra-class round. The group that finished first with the correct expression was declared the winner from each class. One winner group was chosen from each section.
The second round was played between the groups from different sections along with 10 different renowned personalities in their respective fields. The winner was chosen on the basis of time taken to solve and get the resultant expression. The same procedure was followed for
The finals saw the team from 6th C playing against the team from 7th C. Class 7th C was the final winner. The students and the invited guests who were a part of the student teams in round 2 and the finals both enjoyed the game. Let us show you some glimpses from the different rounds. Now, I request Shravan sir to announce the winners of Game 24.
Jai Hind everyone. Here is the result of game of 24 which was conducted during last week. The first position goes to group of students of class 7C. The students are Tanay Rijwani, Anushka Panwar and Ahil Khan. Second position backed by the students of class 6C, and the students are Sankari Chaure, Arnav Behra and Gauri Pentakota. Congratulations children. And here is one more announcement that is very important announcement for all of you. Kindly pay attention. The Math Sanrachana project was conducted during last month, which is available now on YouTube. Kindly visit the site with the link provided to you on your email. Thank you everyone. Wish you all the best. Happy Mathematics Day to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, friends, and congratulations to the winners. Now, let's enjoy some songs on mathematical operations by some of my friends from grade 3.
Learning math is so much fun. There is joy for everyone. Lessons learned from our class. Challenges for all of us. Learning math is so much fun. There is joy for everyone. Lessons learned from our class. Challenges for all of us. Math games used in our day makes learning math so thrill. Join the fun and meaning, guys. Come to our math villa. Learning math is so much fun. There is joy for everyone. Lessons learned from our class. Challenges for all of us. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. Stacking chips, 6 times 6, what does that give me? 36. 8 times 4, what is this score? Don't know about you, it equals 32. 4 times 3, that equals 12. Just like my money is doing well. 5 times 5, the 25. Crunching number in my head before I go to bed. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing makes me glad. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. I'm not scared of the test, my math is the best. Tally up the answers, hit and A is what is given with the universal language. Even in space, I handle math with many a grace. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. 4 equals 16, 5 times 2 equals 10, 7 times 9 equals 15, 2 times 8 equals 24. 6 times 3 equals 18, 8 times 2 equals 16, 3 times 4 equals 12, 5 times 5 equals 25. 8 times 9 equals 72, 9 times 9 equals 81, 4 times 5 equals 20, 10 times 4 equals 40. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. Hip hop math, hey hip hop math, multiplying and dividing, it makes me glad. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. 63 divided by 9 equals 7. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. 18 divided by 3 equals 6. 16 divided by 8 equals 2. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 25 divided by 5 equals 5. 72 divided by 9 equals 8. 81 divided by 9 equals 9. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 40 divided by 4 equals 10.
Thank you. It was really soothing and melodious to our ears.
Our country is privileged to have many famous mathematicians. Now, let's learn about a few of them from dip sites.
I am Bhaskara. You all know me as Bhaskaracharya. I was born in Bijapur, a small city of Karnataka. I belong from Deshastha Brahmin family of scholars, mathematicians and astronomers. I am the leader of Cosmic Observatory at Ujjain, the main mathematical center of ancient India. You all know me for the treatises that I have written in my 30s. Siddhanta Shiromani is a Sanskrit word, and in English you know it as crown of treatises. This treatise is divided into four parts: Lilavati, Bijagamita, Grahan Gita, and Ghulodaya. These four collections deal with arithmetic, algebraic, and mathematics of the planets and spheres. I am the first one to concede differential coefficient and differential calculus. Before signing off, I would like to share some of my contribution to our mathematics. I discovered the Pythagorean theorem by calculating the same area in two different ways and then cancelling out terms to get a square plus b square equals to c square. In Lilavati, solutions of quadratic, cubic and quadratic equations are explained. Lastly, in Siddhanta Shiromani, I developed spherical trigonometry along with a number of other trigonometric results.
Jai Hind to one and all present here. I am Prisha Sharma from class 9C, and today I want to introduce you to my favorite mathematician, Mariam Mirza Khani. I was born on 3rd May 1977 in Iran. As a child, I was never really interested in maths until one day my brother told me about a cool problem. How do you add all the numbers from 1 to 100? He asked. He explained that there were two ways to do so. One was the long, boring way. The second was to add all the numbers in pairs, like adding the first to the last, second to the second last, and so on. The sum of all the pairs is 101. So the answer is going to be 50 lots of 101. That is 5050. Simple. I was hooked. Since that day, there was no turning back for me. I have been studying and practicing maths all the time. In high school, I participated in International Mathematics Olympiad and won the gold medal for 2 consecutive years. The more I practiced mathematics, the more fascinated I got. I was really interested in the geometry of complex surfaces. I mean, we all know that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. But what about on different surfaces, like a sphere, teapot, or a donut? One day, my phone rang. You have won the Fields Medal, said the person on the other line. I hung up, thinking there was some kind of practical joke. But it wasn't. I was the first Iranian and the first woman in history to have won the most prestigious award for mathematics. I left the world in July 2017. I hope that my life has been an inspiration to many generations to come. It's like I always say, the beauty of mathematics reveals itself to its more patient followers.
Hello, I'm Leonard Euler, a Swiss mathematician, physicist, astronomer, geographer, logician, and engineer. Born on 15th April 1707 in Basel, Switzerland, and died on 18 September 1783 at St. Petersburg Palace in Russia at the age of 76 due to brain hemorrhage. I have made important and influential discoveries in many branches of mathematics, such as number theory, algebra, geometry. I have introduced modern mathematical terminology, notation, and function to the world, and also contributed to acoustics, optics, and celestial mechanics and other branches of science. I have published 886 books and papers during my lifetime, and some of them are elements of algebra, introduction to analysis of infinite, foundations of differential, and many more. And many of them have published at the last 20 years of my life when I have completely lost my power of sight. I have studied at the University of Basel and became professor of mathematics in 1733 at St. Petersburg Academy of Science.
Let us all aim to remember the unsung hero's name. Jai Hind everyone, I am Vibha Bhavna in role of T.A. Saraswati Amma, a scholar of mathematician who specialized in ancient geometry. I was born in Cherpaluseri in Palakkad district of Kerala. I have contributed in fields of mathematics and history through my work on geometry of ancient and medieval India. On completing my MBA, I worked in Madras University as a scholar of Government of India for all over 3 years. I have my own book published called Geometry of Ancient and Medieval India, which is a clean survey of mathematics from Vedic maths to early 17th century. The book throws light on concentration of Hindi and Greek mathematics in development of trigonometry. The book also breaks the myth of Indian mathematician that it is all about algebraic and computational mathematics and not based upon rational and proofs. In my remembrance, the Kerala Mathematics Association has started with regular Professor T.A. Saraswati Amma Lecture Memorial. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. It was really very informative.
Maths Art Integration provides an engaging and effective way to achieve standards in both maths and visual arts. Integrating art into the study of mathematics can be one of the best mechanisms for child's development using the same tools. For example, patterns, proportions, symmetries, series, only in different ways.
To explore the common principle of these two domains and to answer the questions presented above, we, the students of DPS Nashik, have come up with an innovative concept when mathematics meets art. The videos and images that will be now presented in front of you are the ones which speak how on maths is integrated with arts.
Hi everyone, my name is Parfa Chaldi from class 4C. I am studying in Delhi Public School. I have made one drawing of robot which I have tried to integrate to maths. I have used geometrical shapes and as you can see in that I have used triangle, semicircle, rectangle, vertical and horizontal line, circle and square. I have integrated with art subject with maths. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Rupeshwar. I study in grade 4C, Delhi Public School, Nashik. I have made a fraction board. This is my fraction board. This is a peacock. This is made by fraction shapes. These three parts are representing 1 upon 60. This one part is representing 1 upon 8. This one part is also representing 1 upon 4. This bigger part is representing 1 half. This part is also representing 1 upon 8. And this all parts are also representing 1 upon 8. This is maths art integrated activity. Fractions. Thank you.
My name is Aradhya Kundiya from class 4B and today I am going to tell you how maths and art are related with each other. I had made sun using the shape of circle and triangle. This is mountains. I had made mountains using the shape of triangle. This is tree. I had made tree using the shape of oval and triangle. These are humans. I had made humans using the shape of triangle, circle and rectangles. This is their house. I had made house using the shape of semicircle and rectangle. Thank you. So this was my Bali art.
Jai Hind. My name is
Thank you. We all know that maths isn't always the most exciting subject to teach. That means you have to find strategies to make lessons fun, like gamification or puzzle, or in this case, math jokes that will lighten the mood and brighten the vibe in your classroom.
And besides, the best math jokes can actually help teach concepts from math lessons. Just think of the possibilities. Students can use these jokes as devices to remember how to solve different math problems. So now, let's have some maths humor.
We have two of our friends, Simran and Kritika, to present a humorous skit.
Art.
Jai Hind, my name is Mihir Thakur from class 4B, and today in this video I am going to tell about the Rangoli which I have drawn on a piece of paper. Rangoli is an art. To draw this Rangoli, I have used some geometrical shapes such as triangles, circles, lines, squares, etc. In this way, we can draw many rangoli using geometrical shapes, and by this we add maths and art together. Thank you.
Jai Hind. My name is Vanya Saini from class 4B DPS Nashik. Today I am going to tell about Varli art math integration. You can see here I have made this Varli art. In this art, math is integrated. Maths and many arts are integrated with each other. In this art, you can see triangles, rectangles, circles, curved lines and straight lines. These are triangles, rectangles, circles, curved line and straight lines are part of geometrical shapes, and geometrical shapes are part of maths. So every art is integrated with maths. Thank you.
Jai Hind to all. Myself Shlok Sharma. I am from class 5th E. Here I am going to show one of my drawing which is a good example of art integration in maths. In my drawing you can see mountains which I have drawn by using triangular shape from where the circular sun is rising. I have used three shapes which are rectangle, square and triangle to draw this hut. Here you can see two women for which I have used circle, triangle and curved lines to show their hands. Also I have drawn the tree by using triangle shape. So that is how I have used all these geometrical shapes in my beautiful drawing. Thank you.
Jai Hind to one and all. I am Rishikesh Sachin Patil from class 5th C Delhi Public School, Nashik. And today I am going to show you a drawing which will integrate art with maths. Now here we have included some shapes like the rectangle, then after that the triangles, then the squares, these are the squares and circles. So, I hope you have understood the primary shapes with the help of this image of a joker. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you. We all know that maths isn't always the most exciting subject to teach. That means you have to find strategies to make lessons fun, like gamification or puzzles, or in this case, math jokes that will lighten the mood and brighten the vibe in your classroom.
And besides, the best math jokes can actually help teach concepts from math lessons. Just think of the possibilities. Students can use these jokes as devices to remember how to solve different math problems. So now, let's have some maths humor.
We have two of our friends, Simran and Kritika, to present a humorous skit.
Mathematics is not about numbers, equations, computations, or algorithms. It is all about understanding.
Mathematics is about the art of giving the same name to different things. Without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics, and everything around you is numbers.
Jai Hind everyone, I'm Simran Kaur and I'm Kritika Nilesh Chaudhary from grade 9th. Today we'll have lots of fun with your favorite and the most important subject, which is mathematics. And we'll improve your knowledge with fun questions related to maths. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Hey, pi are square. No. Pies are round and cakes are square. Oh, would you like? Yeah. Hey Simran.
Yeah,
Why do plants hate maths?
because it gives them square roots.
Oh yes. Simran, why don't anyone talk to circles, yaar?
Kritika, there's no point.
Oh yes.
Kritika, if you have any doubts, please clear it out. So let's go to the next sum.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am, I have doubt in this sum. Would you please explain it again?
Oh, Kritika, you're such an average student. I explained it 10 times to you. You should get it.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. It's out of mind. Simran, why did the student get upset when the teacher called him an average?
Because it was a mean thing to say.
Oh.
I'm getting late for the operations. Nurse,
Yes, doctor, your materials.
thank you. Which operation to do the first? There are so many patients. Doctor, I would suggest you that please follow the order of operations. Okay. Hey Kritika, you know I'm so good at algebra that I can replace your x and you would not know why. Oh, hi Kritika, how are you? What do we call the friends that love maths? Let me remind it. Oh yeah, those were algebros. And my friend Kritika is an algebro. No yaar. Oh yes. Oh, how do I keep warm in such a cold place? Hey Kritika, you're shivering a lot. Just go to the corner as it's 90 degree. Oh yes, maths logic. Come on. One day, what did the one maths book say to the other maths book? Don't bother me. I have got my own problems. Yeah. Simran. Hi. Look there. What? Nothing. Yes. So, Simran, I wanted to ask you one thing. That why was the fraction afraid to marry the decimal? Because it had to convert. Okay? So, yes. Bye.
Why is the obtuse angle upset?
Ta-da! Because the obtuse angle is never right.
Oh, logical.
Why was the equal to sign so humble?
Because he knew that he is not greater than or less than someone else.
ना चाहिए कुछ तुमसे ज्यादा तुमसे कम नहीं.
Why is the circle so hot?
Because it is 360 degree.
Simran, why are you doing multiplication on the floor?
Because my teacher said not to use the table, so I'm doing it on the floor.
Oh. Which is the most beautiful angle?
It is the acute angle. Why did the number 2 and 4 skip their lunch?
Because they were already 8.
So our last question for today is, what do we call a man who spent all the summer on the beach?
A tangent.
Oh, wow.
We love maths.
It was indeed a humorous skit, wasn't it?
Do you all know maths is everywhere? As Pythagoras said, there is geometry in the humming of strings and music in the spacing of the spheres. Maths is the soul of the universe. Without mathematics, there is nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics, and everything around you is numbers, as Shakuntala Devi very rightly said.
The book of nature is written in the language of mathematics by Galileo. Have you ever wondered why learning maths is so important for us?
Yes, of course. It is used everywhere in the world. Here are companions to show you some interesting facts about math. Thank you, friends. It was really very interesting. A math installation is a math experience that gets people to think about maths in a friendly and approachable way.
To see and experience mathematics in our homes, our communities, and our public spaces, let's see some innovative ideas from DPS students.
Hi friends, I am Evie Sachit of Grade 7 Delhi Public School Nashik and I am here to tell you in detail about maths installation, the act of installing a maths topic with real life examples for better understanding of the topic with unique and familiar ideas is the main motive of maths installation. Also aims to relate the topic with day-to-day life in an interesting and easier way. Maths installation's main aim is that every student comes out with innovative ideas and should relate the learned topic with their surroundings. For examples, we can relate fractions with lemons, apples, pizzas, or so on. We cut and understand the pattern and relate the parts of fraction with it. Addition and subtraction can be related with the use of grains, pebbles, matchsticks, or use of real life things which are available around us in an innovative way. We can relate area and perimeter with real life examples such as garden, park, or square or rectangular objects such as windows, tabs, computer screens, etc. are better options for calculating area and perimeter. I hope you too will come up with such ideas, interesting maths installation in the future and bring a genius in you. Now let's see some installations created by our friends.
Thank you, friends. It was absolutely enlightening to hear you.
We all are interested in knowing about pi. Now let us learn about the value of pi and how it was discovered. We have Arushi Garg who will be informing us about the same.
Jai Hind to Vananal present here. Today, I am going to tell you a little bit about the origins of pi. Pi is not a new concept. It dates back to the ancient ages. I am sure all of you are aware of the famous Indian mathematician Aryabhatta. Yes, the person who gave us the most basic number zero. One of his lesser known discoveries was of pi. Pi is one of the most important numbers in mathematical world, as well as in many fields of science and engineering. It describes the relationship between a circle's circumference and its diameter. In the 15th century, Indian mathematician Madhvan discovered what is known as the Madhvan-Leibniz series. He calculated the value of pi up to 11 decimal digits. Now, you might be wondering what is the relationship between Ramanujan and pi? Ramanujan is the icon of mathematical intuition. He is an example of how mathematical language is inscribed in the human brain. He had the exceptional ability to sprout mathematical formulas, exactly how Mozart did with music. Hailing from a poor family, he formulated his first theorems at 13, and by 23 he was already a well-known figure in Indian mathematics. He managed to do all of this without receiving any formal education. But this did not deter him from training, which was strictly self-taught. In this period, he had a great obsession with pi. He came up with hundreds of ways to calculate pi. About 400 pages of theorems and formulas can be found in just the two notebooks that he wrote before arriving at Cambridge. Thanks to the theoretical foundations that Ramanujan laid a century ago, powerful computers have been able to calculate the first 10 trillion digits of pi. Did you know that pi isn't limited just to maths? It is also extended to pop culture. The protagonist of the award-winning novel The Life of Pi nicknames himself after this constant. A circular room in the Palais de la Découverte Science Museum in Paris is called the Pi Room and has 707 digits of pi inscribed in it. Some universities like MIT even have tiers that include 3.14159. The most prominent in pop culture is definitely the Pi Day, which is on 14th of March. On this day, people wear Pi-themed clothes, read Pi-themed books, watch Pi-themed movies, and even eat Pi-themed pie. So, to give you a small example of Pi in pop culture, our class has prepared a small presentation for you.
They said 3.14159 2653589 7932384 6264333. They said, would you like some pie? I said, yes, I would. I forgot they majored in math. I would undo it if I could. They said 3.14159 2653589 7932384 6264333. said, would you like some pie? I said, yes, I would.
Thank you, Arushi. It was such an informative talk.
I request our chief guest, Ms. Shalini Chauhan, to address us with the motivating words.
Jai Hind and good afternoon to everyone. I wish all of you a very happy National Mathematics Day. Kids' life should be great rather than long. So I would speak few lines on Srinivasa Ramanujan. In short life from 1887 to 1920, which was only a little over 32 years, Srinivasa Ramanujan reached unimaginable heights. He had never been formally trained in the subject, yet he became one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. I would like to share an anecdote from his life from which you would be able to gauge his mathematical proofs. The story of the number in 1729, which is also called Ramanujan's number, goes back in 1918 when Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan lay sick in the clinic near London, and his friend and collaborator G. H. Hardy paid him a visit. Hardy said that he had arrived in taxi number 1729 and described the number as rather a dull one. Ramanujan replied to that saying, "No, Hardy, it's a very interesting number. It's the smallest number expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways. So students, we can write 1729 as 1 cube plus 12 cube or 9 cube plus 10 cube. You can check it right now. It is incidentally the product of three prime numbers also, that is 7 multiplied by 13 multiplied by 19. So he made contribution to the theory of number, including pioneering discoveries of the properties of the partition fraction functions, the number of ways that a positive integer can be expressed as a sum of positive integers, e.g., for example, 4 can be expressed as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, or we can write 1 plus 1 plus 2, or we can write 3 plus 1, or 2 plus 2, or 4. So he left, let me talk about his magic square. Ramanujan created a super magic square also. The top row is his birth date, that is December 22, 1887. This is a super magic square because not only do the rows, columns, and diagonals add up to the same number, but the four corners, the four middle squares, the first and last rows, two middle numbers, and the first and last columns, two middle numbers, all add up to the sum of 139. So this was some of the contributions which he had made. Tamil Nadu celebrates 22nd of December as State ID Day also. So kids, today I found it very interesting that all of you presented very nicely. You were so confident, and I totally do agree with Director Sir that group work can improve mathematical skills. Building connection in the brains is must to understand maths or any concept in maths. Here I will share some tips so that you can improve your mathematical skills, though they are very simple, but definitely they will help you. Make studying maths a priority. Don't avoid it. Do problems neatly and completely, and do calculations by your own. Please avoid using calculators and do practice daily. Set aside time to work on math at the same time and in the same place every day. And the most important, do positive self-talk that I can solve problem without giving up, or I can think about numbers in many ways, or I can explain my thinking and try to understand others. So I would request all of you to be a mathematical thinker, not mathematical machines. And at last, it was an honor to preside such an inspiring event as the chief guest. I congratulate all the teachers, students, and of course all the parents for making this day count. I wish you all nothing but the best for your future events. Keep inspiring everyone to love mathematics and create great mathematicians. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. In any planned event, a vote of thanks is a very important section.
Now, I request Lakshmi Singh to propose the vote of thanks for today's program.
Well said by Bruce Wilkinson. A moment of gratitude makes the difference in your attitude. I would like to thank our chief guest of the day, Ms. Shalini Chauhan, who made this event elegant with her presence. Our respected director, sir, and principal ma'am for their guidance. All my teachers, the comparers who guided us all throughout the program. All my friends who played their parts, and special thanks to our IT department who made this event possible through online means.
I am sure all of you must have enjoyed the program.
Thank you all of you for your valuable participation and patient listening. Have a fruitful day ahead.